Hello everyone, this is Rohan. Welcome to my YouTube channel Tech Rohan. Today our topic is carbon steel and low alloy steel. Guys, pure iron is soft, pure iron is ductile, pure iron is expensive to manufacture. Hence, the practical engineering applications are limited when it comes to pure iron. As you know that the main or the most important alloying element is carbon. Furthermore, steels can be categorized into two types: iron alloy, cast iron. Iron alloy has less than 2% of carbon. It means iron alloy contains less than 2% carbon, while cast iron contains more than 2% carbon. Many other alloying elements may be present in a steel, while some are added intentionally and some are present as a residual element from the ores, residual element from the scrap metal that are added for the purpose of making steel. Friends, AISI, the American Iron and Steel Institute, says that all the non-stainless steels are either carbon steels or low alloy steels. Carbon steels can also be referred or can be referred as carbon manganese steels too, depending upon the percentage of manganese, or you may say manganese percentage or level of manganese. And these carbon steels are also categorized into four types. Let us have a look.
Plain carbon steels and carbon manganese steels differ with each other with respect to the manganese percentage they contain. Plain carbon steels can be categorized into four types: low carbon steel, medium carbon steel, high carbon steel, and very high carbon steel. The carbon percentage in low carbon steel is less than 0.30%. As you can see, the carbon percentage is less, so it makes the machining operations easy and welding can also be performed nicely. Low carbon steels are most commonly used grades. They are more ductile when compared to the high carbon steels. Medium carbon steel. In these steels, the range of carbon percentage is in between 0.30 to 0.45%. As you can see, the carbon percentage is increased, so it makes the machining operations difficult. And its hardness and eventually tensile strength will also increase due to the increase in carbon percentage. And the ductility would reduce. High carbon steel. The carbon percentage in high carbon steel is in between 0.45% to 0.75%. The carbon percentage is even more when compared to low carbon and medium carbon steel. Hence, these high carbon steels are challenging to weld. High carbon steels also require preheating, post-heating, and sometimes even heating during welding becomes necessary to produce acceptable welds and to control the mechanical properties of the steel after welding. Very high carbon steels. The carbon percentage can be up to 1.5%. These are the steels which are used for steel products such as metal cutting tools. Just like high carbon steels, these steels also require heat treating before, during, and after welding to maintain their mechanical properties. Carbon manganese steels. These steels are similar to plain carbon steels except that they have higher manganese contents of between 1 and 1.65%, whereas the manganese content in plain carbon steels is up to 0.8%. Manganese is used for various purposes. it removes oxygen from the melt during steel making. It also improves toughness and ductility. Low alloy steels. In these steels, the carbon percentage is usually below 0.25% and more often it is below 0.15%. The other elements in these steels can be nickel, chromium, molybdenum, manganese, silicon, and many more. These elements add strength at room temperature and also increases notch toughness at low temperature. And with the right combination, corrosion resistance can also be improved. There is a drawback too with these steels. The alloys added can increase the tendency of cracking. So to avoid it to occur, that is to avoid cracking to occur, it is recommended to use low hydrogen welding process.